Hey students, so welcome to week two. We went over the week two introduction page in the last video. So today we're working on week two, lesson one, comparing decimals. This lesson and key idea is really understanding decimals and that they can be greater than or less than one whole. So here we have an example for you that the number 0.75 is less than one whole. However, the number 1.75 is greater than one whole, okay? You can also write decimals in an amount that's greater than $1, but's less than $2, so that's the example of $1.75, okay? So that's the key idea, understanding that decimals can be written as a number greater than 1 or less than 1. In the try this section, they also talk about writing the answers in decimal form. So they give you the number written out in words, and you have to put the numbers in the correct place. And place value is something we're going to talk more about in the next lesson. But for today, I also want us to jot down some notes for place value. So go ahead, and if you have a note page, go ahead and jot this down in your notes, or you can just write this at the end of this page. And by the way, we are on page 18 in your math book. Okay. So right now I'm just going to make a place value chart. I'm going to try to make this nice and neat, but it's not going to look nice and neat. So just do your best on your piece of paper. Okay. And right here in the middle, we're going to have the decimal. So this is just a place value chart. It's going to help us know and remember where the numbers go in the place value chart and what that value represents. And so starting at the decimal, okay, to the left of our decimal is going to be whole numbers. We're going to have whole numbers to the left of our decimal. And to the right of our decimal place, we're going to have less than whole numbers, or we can just say decimals, because decimals are less than whole numbers. Okay. So let's write this in blue. So the place value, the place right next to the decimal on the left, that is the ones place. The next spot is the tens and the hundreds. All right. And then to the right of our decimal, very similar to the left side, but on the right, we start with the tenths place. Notice how I put an emphasis on the end of that word, tenths. It ends in a THS. Then we have the hundredths place. And the thousandths place. Okay. So again, we're noticing that all the numbers on the right side and words, the way we pronounce them is with a THS at the end. That really tells us that the number over here is going to be in the decimal spot, right? It's different than the tens place over here. So tens and tenths, there's a difference there. Okay, let's move on. So we're going to try this $200.04. If we want to put this into our place value chart, we need to understand where these numbers are on the place value chart. Also, something I forgot to mention is that this decimal place is said as the word and. So whenever you see the word and in a sentence, or you hear the word and, that means there's a decimal there. So when we hear $200.04, we know that there's going to be a decimal place right there. So that is where our numbers will be split up. So we know that the 4 cents, that goes on the right side of the decimal, and the $200, that's going to be going on the left side. So 200, 100. Well, where's our 100 spot? It's right over here. So $200, and so we know there's nothing in the tens or the ones, otherwise they would have told us. It's just $200.04. Okay, so 4 would be 4 cents, right? It didn't say 40 cents for us to put a 4 in the tenths. It said 4 cents. So this is how you would write that word. Go ahead and put your answer right here, $200.04. Okay, now we have $7.25. Well, $7 and 25 cents. Okay, notice they didn't say $17. If they said $17, we would know that there's a number in the 10 spot. But because this number right here was 10 or less, right? It wasn't 10 exactly. It wasn't more than 10. It was 10 or less. We know that it should go in the 1 spot. So $7 and, decimal here, 25 cents. Okay, $65.14. $65. They didn't say $600, right? They said $65. So that tells me there's going to be a 6 in the 10 spot, 65, a 5 in the 1 spot, and here's our decimal, 14 cents. So a 1 and a 4. Okay, number 4, $467.23. So again, 400 tells us that there's a 4 in the hundreds place, right? They even said 100, 400, 67. The fact that there's a 60 here, that tells me that there's going to be a 6 in the tens, and then a 7 in the ones place, and decimal, 23 cents. Okay. So $467.23. Hopefully you're doing better than me and adding a dollar sign. And the last one, $90.09. Please don't get confused with $19. Okay. This is $90.09. So we're going to write this as a 9 in the tens because it's $90 and 9 cents. So 0, 9. $90.09. Okay, so that was some practice, learning and becoming more familiar with decimals that are greater than 1 or less than 1, and then also some practice with the place value chart. Again, we are going to be seeing this place value chart later on in lesson 2, but I just wanted you to kind of see it, become a little bit familiar with it so you're prepared for lesson 2. Now take a look in your math books at page 19. This is what you're going to be doing. This is your practice, so it's asking you to answer the following questions regarding the decimal below. It shows you the decimal, and then it's asking you some follow-up questions. Okay, please answer those questions, do the reflection, and let Mr. Schmidt or I know if you have any questions. Thank you.